Hey, Paul. Okay, Jane, let's do this. I'm sorry. Thanks for listening. Okay. All right, friends, welcome. Thanks so much for being here. Um, okay, so next Thursday is Thanksgiving. I will be here teaching this class. I think this is the only class happening on Thanksgiving, just FYI. And then I don't think any of you guys are 6 a.m.ers, but on Friday morning, the day after Thanksgiving, the 6 a.m. class is not happening, but then all the rest of the classes are still happening. So, okie doke. Let's just practice by seated meditation. So, if you're already there, perfect. If you want to adjust a little bit or stretch a little bit, move around a little bit, feel free. So maybe you take a moment and just kind of roll your shoulders around, roll your head around, stretch your arms up. So just coming more into your physical body right away. And eventually just find stillness. You can rest your hands in your lap. You can bring your hands to your heart. Maybe you even bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And then close your eyes or lower and soften your gaze. Just feel into the length of your spine, from the base all the way up to the crown of your head. Feel into the length in the back of your neck and the sides of your neck. So if you can really let your shoulders melt down away from your ears. Let your facial muscles soften. Let your jaw soften. And just notice whatever there is to notice right here, right now. So you can notice what's going on around you, the sounds around you, the air on your skin, the ground underneath you. You can also notice what's going on within you. Just physical sensations, pulsations, even just energetically and emotionally, notice what's present. Also start to bring more awareness to your breath. Tune in. With this extra awareness on your breath, we'll just take 3 big, deep breaths together. So next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. And then when you think you're full, hold in that fullness. And take an extra little sip. And then open your mouth and great big open mouth sigh. Let it out. Ha ha ha. Yeah, just like that. 2 more times. Inhale, fill up. Hold. Let that breath circulate around inside of you. See if you can take an extra little sip. And then great big sigh. Let it go. Good. And just one more time. Biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. Imagine you can fill up every single little space inside. Hold. Extra sip, maybe even 2 this time. And then open your mouth and release. Let it go. Good. Start now to drop into your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose with a little constriction in the back of your throat. See if you can start to create that whisper noise or that oceanic sound with your breath. as it flows in and out. So this breath is slow and steady. It's not in a rush. It's calming and regulating for your nervous system. It's also big and spacious and powerful and strong. So see if you can use this breath throughout your practice to guide you, to help create space inside, and also just to keep you present, to anchor you to the present moment again and again. So anytime your mind wanders, it's perfectly normal. Just notice it and come back to your breath, come back to sensation, what you feel in your body. Please feel free to stay right here a little bit longer or a lot longer. You can also come back here at any time throughout practice if you just need a moment to reconnect to yourself, to recenter. If you're ready to begin moving, friends, take this breath with you and transition forward onto your hands and your knees, tabletop. And then in your tabletop, start to move any way your body wants to move. So anything that calls to you. Could be cat-cows. It could be hip circles. Maybe just sit back into a child's pose and give yourself some grounding breaths. So no right or wrong, just feel around. Notice, how is your spine this morning? Your lower back, your mid back, your upper back. How are your hips and your shoulders? What about your side bodies? Front body? Even your hands and your fingers, your wrists, your forearms, and your legs and your toes, your feet, your ankles, your knees. So lots of ways to explore and lots to notice. And try to get out of your head, to let go of how you look, let go of how anybody else looks, what anybody else is doing, and just feel from the inside. How are you? How is your body? What feels good? What feels strong? What feels open? What might feel stiff or tight, tender, sore? Give yourself a few more rounds just like this. 3, 4, 5 more breaths. And then eventually we're heading to downward facing dog. So you can start your own transition back to down dog whenever you are ready, no rush. You can get there however you like. And then once you're back in your dog pose, friends, keep exploring. So you can pedal out your heels. You can move your hips side to side like you're wagging your tail in the air. See if you can find really strong hands, strong foundation through your hands. So rather than feeling like all the weight is in your wrists, spread your fingers nice and wide. You can imagine you're gripping the ground with the pads of your fingertips. So the more you can use your hands and your fingers, the less you're going to feel this in your wrists. And then the more you can use your shoulders, to strengthen your shoulders to lift you up out of your hands, less you will feel it in your wrists. The more you can use the strength in your core to lift you up out of your arms, the lighter you will feel. So in this posture, it's a posture we come to over and over again. See if you can figure out how to be really efficient in your body, how to engage more so that you can effort less. Soft face, soft jaw, relax your neck. And just use your big deep breaths to support you from the inside. Nice poses, everybody. Take one more inhalation into your down dog. Really push the ground away, lift your hips high. As you exhale, gaze to the top of your space, and however you want to get there, forward fold. Once you've arrived, inhale to a halfway lift position. So spine long, back of your neck long. Exhale, release, and fold. And do that again. Inhale, halfway lift. So top of your head reaches forward, tops of your thighs press back, sit bones broaden. Exhale, fold and bow. And then this time, take it all the way up. So rise, inhale, your arms extend, and maybe even gaze up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Flow with your breath for just a moment. Inhale, high mountain, stretch tall. And exhale, hinge at your hips, dive down slowly, and then release into your fold. Beautiful. Halfway lift, breathe in, lengthen out. Exhale, release, and bow. Press into your feet, lead with your heart if you can, rise. Inhale, arms extend. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll take that one more time. Make it a moving meditation. Maybe try closing your eyes. Inhale, reach up. See if you can take the entire length of your exhale to dive down. Try not to rock back into your heels. Keep your weight slightly forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Get all the rounding out of your back. Back of your neck is long, so gaze down rather than forward. And exhale, release, let it go. Press into your feet, connect to your center, lead with your heart, rise. Inhale, extend your arms, perhaps gaze up. And hands to your heart, exhale. All right, this time inhale, reach up and stretch. As you exhale, bring your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down so your shoulder blades squeeze towards your spine. And then try not to lock out or hyperextend through your elbows as you reach your hands back away from your body. And then only if you want, you can add a little back bend. So hug in with your inner thighs as you press your hips forward and puff up your heart, tilt your chin up. So feel into the space and the length in your front body. Feel the opening in the front of your shoulders. Take one more inhale here. And then keep your hands clasped. As you exhale, hinge at your hips all the way down and fold. Let your head be heavy. Let your neck relax. See if you can hang out with your fingers interlaced for a couple more rounds. See if you can lift your butt higher. So weight more forward, less in your heels, a little more in the pads of your toes and the balls of your feet. And as you lift your butt, see if you can also lift your knuckles, possibly even start to reach them towards the front of the room. Take one more big inhalation. As you exhale, bring your hands to your low back, then release your clasp. Let your arms hang down and dangle for a moment. You can give them a little shake or shake your head a little bit. Next time you inhale, halfway lift, realign. And exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your yoga mat, plank position. So top of your push-up. Take a moment here and just find your strength. So spread your fingers and actively push the ground away. So try not to lock out your elbows and sink into your elbow joints or your wrist joints, but instead use your muscles. Feel your strong arms and your strong shoulders. Take little baby rocks forward and back. You can come to your knees if you want to modify at any time. Next time you inhale, little baby rock forward, surround your tippy toes, and then exhale, slowly lower down, one strong straight line. Good, nice, Liz. As you inhale, baby cobra. So stay low, use the strength in your back body to lift your heart. Exhale, release. And then we'll take a Spider-Man cobra. Bring your hands out wide, up on your fingertips. Inhale, lift your chest. Tone your belly to support low back. Exhale, little twist to the right. Dip your left shoulder down. Inhale back through center, lift your heart. And then exhale, twist towards the windows. Dip your right shoulder down. Good. Inhale back to center. Hands are nice and wide. Exhale, release, and let it go. If you'd like, you can give yourself one more heart opener, one more back bend of your choice. And then eventually we'll see you back in downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath. Feel it and hear it. Nice poses, you guys. All right, from your dog pose, inhale, extend your right leg to the sky. And then pause here. Keep your hips square so your inner thighs face each other. I don't care about height in your right leg, but I do care about length, strength, and power. So make your right leg as long and as strong and as powerful as you can. Right foot active. And then keep pressing down through your fingertips. Keep lifting with your strong core. Take one more inhale. Right foot is active. Keep your hips high. Don't let them sink down. Right knee towards your nose. So round your back. Hollow out your belly. You're on your tippy toes behind you. And then step forward softly. Low lunge. Good. Take a moment and just feel into your legs. So explore a little bit. Maybe your back knee comes down. Maybe you straighten your front leg. Maybe you open your front hip. So just like we did a moment ago when we were on our hands and our knees exploring, same thing here. Feel around. What can you notice? Good, everybody. Give yourself just a couple more rounds. And then eventually crescent lunge. So as you are ready, you can start to find your transition up to your high crescent lunge. So all 10 toes face forward, high on the ball of your back foot, nice man, and strong and active through your back leg just as much as your front leg. So get your back leg as straight as you can, energetically hug towards midline. So front hip pulls back hip draws forward energetically. A little tone in your belly to support low back. Puff up through your heart, and maybe even take your gaze up. So really intentional here. Feel every little space and move your breath through every little space. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, hinge forward and bring your hands to your front thigh. So push into your front thigh, draw your belly button in and up. So it almost feels like you're puffing up through your low back or rounding a little bit. And then keep that. Lean forward, float your back foot off the ground. So it's a variation of warrior three. See if you can still feel your connection to center, navel to spine. Your hips should be square. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Hips are square and core is engaged. If you would like, you can add some arms. So maybe one or both arms reach forward or out to the sides or even back. Take one last deep breath, fullest expression. Beautiful. And then come back to your crescent lunge, soft landing if possible. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands back to the ground. And then from this place, walk your hands over to the long edge, the left long edge of your yoga mat. Parallel your feet, straighten out your legs. Inhale to a halfway lift. And then exhale, you can either fold or if there's some way you would like to explore, feel free. So about 5 rounds or so. Move however you'd like or just hang out and breathe. But feel into your legs. Notice where you're holding the weight in your feet. Try not to rock back into your heels. So just like a regular forward fold, weight is slightly forward, more in your toes and the balls of your feet. And then focus on lifting your butt as high as you can. Crown towards the ground, sit bones towards the sky, navel to spine at the bottom of each exhale. Last couple breaths. All right, with your next inhalation, halfway lift, fingertips on the ground or hands on the ground. So bend your knees as much as you need. And then crawl your hands to the top of your space, back to your low lunge position. All right, listen. From low lunge, set your back knee down gently. And then take your right leg back behind you so you'll be in a 3-legged tabletop. Once your right leg is reaching back, Pivot on your left knee. So your left foot comes to the outside of your mat like a little kickstand, and then right arm to the sky. Open up into a modified side plank. Try to press your hips forward rather than sticking your butt out behind you. Nice, Kirsten. And then maybe reach your right arm forward towards the front wall. Feel into the length of your right side. Beautiful. Your right foot behind you is active. Right leg is strong and powerful. You can stay here, or option to bend your right knee, reach back and grab your right foot. Once you've got it, use gentle leverage. So kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot, and see if you can let your heart look up towards the sky a little bit more. See if you can press your hips forward a little bit more. Soften around it, soften your face, soften your jaw. Take one last huge breath. Nice, Barb. Very end of your exhalation, come back to your hands and your knees, tabletop. And then from your tabletop, come down to your forearms, setting up for a dolphin pose. So you want your elbows no wider than your shoulders. If it's helpful, you can grab opposite elbows, and that's about how far apart your arms should be. Bring your forearms parallel, palms face down, fingers spread wide, and especially press into thumbs and index fingers. If you want to modify, you can make a tripod with your hands instead. Relax your neck, let your head be heavy. Curl your toes under and lift your knees, lift your hips. Nice, Jane. So as your hips lift, see if you can walk your toes a little bit closer to your elbows and lift your hips a little bit higher. Press your heart back towards the back of the room. Don't let your elbows drift apart. So hug in with your upper arms. Press down through the belly of your forearms. You can stay right here or extend your right leg to the sky. And use the strength in your right leg to lift you up out of your shoulders. Breathe. Take about 3 more deep breaths. If you want to, you are welcome to take little hops towards forearm stand. Your left leg is like a springboard then, and your right leg stays straight, strong, and powerful as you hop. Yes, awesome, you guys. Soft through your face and your jaw. If you're holding and not hopping, neck is relaxed, head is heavy. Take one last huge inhale. And if you want, exhale out your mouth. Are you all right? Let's see if you're okay. And then let it go. Bring your knees down. Take a rest. So sit back, child's pose, embryo, or heroes. And just notice, just feel. So already, do you feel a little more connected to your body? Do you feel a little more connected to the energy flowing through your body? Do you feel a little more connected to your breath? So notice, feel, observe. And just over and over again, come back to the here and now, to the present moment. And that's the practice. That's the yoga. Take a couple more grounding breaths right here. And then downward facing dog. All right, great big inhalation into your down dog. Lift your hips high, spine long, side bodies long. Exhale, look to the top of your mat, and however you'd like to get there, forward fold. Once you have arrived, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Inhale. Exhale, release. And then press into your feet, connect to your center, rise all the way up. Big full body stretch at the top as you inhale. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. This time we'll take a side body stretch. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Shift your hips towards the windows and upper body towards the opposite wall. So you're gently tugging on your left arm, but you're resisting with your left arm. So pull your left shoulder back and down, plug it into the socket. Yeah, and if you want, your right tiptoes can reach out to the right. Just keep them nice and light. Breathe length and space into your left waistline and in between your left ribs. Take one more round here. Nice, Jane. As you inhale back through center, switch your grip. So grab right wrist and then up and over. So like a crescent moon shape is what we're going for. More weight in your right foot. Left tip toes can reach out. Your right shoulder is back and down, plugged into the socket. Nice and stable. Yes, awesome, Courtney. Breathe into your right side, all the way down that long line. Soft face, soft jaw. One last deep breath. Very nice. As you inhale back to center, add a little baby back bend this time. So cactus your arms, curl open, squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. Beautiful. Inhale, re-extend, realign, reach up. And then stick your butt out behind you and exhale, dive down slowly and fold. Halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank position. Go ahead and move through your vinyasa on your own, however you would like. Just do it mindfully, intentionally. See you back in downward facing dog. Thanks, Kathy. Very good. All right, Ujjayi breath. Can you still feel it? Can you still hear it? Inhale, left leg to the sky. Hips square, so inner thighs face each other. Left toes face down. And again, I don't care about height. Go for length, strength, and power. So think of the position your body is in. This is a warrior 3 pose, just tipped forward. So this is the exact same thing you're doing when you're balancing on one foot. So notice how it feels in your core, in your left leg. Take one more big inhale. And then without letting your hips sink down, knee towards your nose, curl in, hollow out, step through softly. Take a moment and move your legs. Explore your legs on this side. Stretch it out. So maybe back knee down, maybe front leg works its way towards straight. Maybe you open through your front hip. So no right or wrong. Get creative, be intuitive, feel. So if your mind goes, oh no, what am I supposed to do? What's everybody else doing? Notice that. See if you can go inside and just explore your body. Nice work, friends. Couple more rounds just like this. And then as you're ready, you can find your way up into your crescent lunge. High lunge. All 10 toes face forward, high on the ball of your back foot. And make your back leg just as strong and powerful as your front leg. So get your back leg as straight as it can go. Energetically hug towards midline. So front hip is pulling back hip is pulling forward. Yeah, a little tone in your belly. So rather than flaring your ribs, navel to spine. Feels almost like you have a little brace around your middle. Heart is lifted, and maybe your gaze is lifted as well. And just feel everything there is to feel. Feel your breath flowing through all the little spaces. Take one more inhale in crescent. And then as you exhale, hinge forward, bring your hands to your front thigh. So the opposite of a back bend, puff up through your low back, even feel like you're rounding your low back a little bit so your core is engaged. Yes, nice, Maya. Keep that connection to your center. Lean forward, float your back foot off the ground. So back leg lifts, it's a warrior 3 variation. Your hip stays square. Your right toes are pointing down. And then only if you want, add some arms, reach forward, back, or out to the sides. Yes. If you're reaching forward, it's just like your 3-legged down dog, but now you're balancing on one foot. It's the same position. So feel your core, feel your strong right leg. Take one last round, your personal fullest expression. Awesome, you guys. And then bring it back, soft landing in crescent lunge. Breathe in. Nice, Kirsten. Exhale, bring your hands to the earth. And then walk your hands over to the right long edge of your mat, coming into your wide-legged forward fold. So all of your toes now face forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, either bow and work your fold, or feel free to move around and explore. Doesn't have to be exactly what you did on the other side. Can be if you want. If you are locking out your knees and rocking back into your heels, see if you can switch that up. Bend your knees a little bit, even a lot of bit. Bring your weight more forward. And focus on lifting your butt up towards the sky as you reach the crown of your head towards the ground. Yes, good. Nice adjustments. Give it about 2, 3 more breaths. Awesome, you guys. Next time you breathe in, come back to your halfway lift with your hands or fingertips on the ground. So bend your knees as much as you need. Crawl your hands forward, low lunge. And then from your low lunge, set your back knee down. Take your left leg back behind you. So 3-legged tabletop, left leg is reaching back. Pivot on your right knee. Yeah, nice, Trish. So right foot to the outside of your mat, and then left arm to the sky, opening up into your modified side plank. So if it feels like you're sticking your butt out a lot, see if instead you can press your hips forward and open through the front of your hips, open through the front of your heart. Maybe reach your left arm towards the front wall and work the length in your left side body. Nice, Tara. You can stay here, or final option, bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot. So half bow variation, kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot, and see if you can let your heart turn to look up towards the sky a little bit more. See if you can press your hips forward a little bit more. Beautiful. Take one last huge breath. Awesome, Deb. And then slowly release back to hands and knees. And then one more time, come down to your forearms for dolphin pose. So setting yourself up nice and intentionally, elbows no wider than shoulders, palms face down. It's like you're making a number 11 on the ground with your forearms. And then when you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips, coming into your dolphin. Nice, Jill. So lift your hips really, really high. Imagine there's an invisible rope attached to your belly button and it's pulling straight up towards the sky. Walk your toes in as close as you can. Lift your hips as high as you can. Hug in with your upper arms and press down through the belly of your forearms. So nice. Stay here, or left leg lifts. Nice, Lily. And as your left leg lifts, use the strength in your left leg to lift you up a little bit more out of your shoulders. We'll take about 3 more rounds. If you want to play with little hops, you're more than welcome to. Right leg is your springboard. Try not to let your left leg flail around as you hop, but keep it straight, strong, and powerful. Nice, Nan. Awesome, you guys. One last huge full body breath. You can exhale out your mouth if you want. And then come on down, knees to the ground. Find a resting pose. So child, embryo, puppy, heroes. And just notice. Notice how you feel. All that energy inside of you flowing through. Your breath expanding and contracting. Couple more grounding breaths in child's pose. And then back to downward facing dog. Great big inhalation into your down dog as you push the ground away. And then exhale, look to the top of your space, and however you'd like to get there, forward fold. Halfway lift. Once you've arrived, breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet and take it all the way up. Big stretch at the top as you inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart center. All right, inhale, reach up. And we're gonna balance now. So right foot will be your foundation. Lift your left knee up, standing staff. So take a moment, find your balance here. Flex your left toes back and active towards your shin. And then as you're ready, we'll sit back into a one-legged chair, figure 4 with your legs. So you can do whatever you want with your arms as you sit back. You can keep reaching up, you can reach back, you can bring your hands to your legs. You could even turn this into a forward fold variation, into a twist. If an arm balance is in your practice or you've been working on one, you're welcome to play with that as well. So we'll take about 4 or 5 rounds holding. Keep the activation through your left toes. Keep flexing your toes back towards your shin. Keep your ankles strong and powerful. And keep your breath flowing through you, every little space. Yes, if you're sitting back, nice Anya, your weight is in your right heel primarily. Butt is reaching back. And soften around the pose. So you're using a lot of strength. Can you find a little bit of softness, a little bit of sweetness? Last couple of rounds. Good variations, you guys. See if you can come back to standing staff. So if possible, stay balanced on your right foot. If you need to, you can set your left foot down. Reach your arms up, lift your left knee up. Maybe even extend your left leg forward for a little bit extra. Take one more inhale here. Slow motion, move through warrior 3. So see if you can find warrior 3 for at least 1 breath, maybe even 2, and then land in a low lunge position. So left toes to the back of your mat and hands to the ground. Once you're in your low lunge, bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot out to the width of your yoga mat. So with your right foot nice and wide, here are your options. You can either lift your hips up and see if you can let your heart get closer to the ground, maybe coming down to your forearms. Or you can bring your back knee down and let your hips melt down as you lift your heart up. If there's anywhere else that you want to explore, that you want to take this, please feel free. Keep your right knee above or behind your ankle. So if your knee is forward of your ankle, then walk your front foot a little further forward. You can pivot your right toes out to the right. You could even roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Just keep your ankle nice and strong. Yeah, good. We'll take about 4 or 5 more rounds. So be in the pose. Be with sensation. Rather than trying to get out of sensation, just let it happen, knowing it's only temporary. You can exhale out your mouth anytime. So good, everybody. Last couple breaths. Soften your face, soften your jaw. And then lift back up to your hands if you're not already there. Lift your back knee up if it's on the ground. Work your right foot to the back of your yoga mat so you'll be in a plank position. So find your high plank, and then one arm at a time, come down to your forearms, forearm plank. Elbows under shoulders, forearms parallel. Draw your belly button in and up, feel the connection to your center. If you'd rather stay here, that's fine with me. Otherwise, forearm side plank. Right forearm is your foundation. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Feet can be stacked or staggered, or you could even step your left foot out in front of you as a modification. Lift your hips. So rather than your hips sinking down, lift your hips up like you're trying to create a rainbow or an arch with your body. So the higher you can get your hips, the less weight you're going to be holding in your shoulder, the more you're going to be using your right side abdominals. Maybe left arm reaches forward, maybe left leg even floats up. As your left leg floats up, lift your hips higher. Take one last huge full body breath. Very nice, everybody. Come back to a forearm plank, and then one arm at a time, press back up, high plank. So come to the palms of your hands. Inhale, push the ground away, find your strength. Slowly lower all the way to your belly. Staying low, baby cobra. So use the strength in your back, not your arms, to lift. Good. Keep your heart lifted this high. Float your hands up and reach your hands back. Float your feet up and reach your toes back. Locust pose. Hug in with your inner thighs. So try not to straddle with your legs or widen through your legs, but hug in. And then feel your back muscles hugging around your spine to lift and open through your front body. Good. Breathe down into your belly. Back of your neck nice and long. Beautiful poses, you guys. Nice work. Take one more big inhale. Lift, lift, lift. And then let it go. Take just a moment resting here. You could kind of rock your hips side to side a little bit, or even windshield wiper your shins side to side. And then however you'd like to transition in your next couple of breaths or so, find your way to downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath. So can you still feel and hear your breath? Powerful and strong, slow and steady. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Open your hip this time. So bend your knee, reach your knee out and up. So try not to do this by sinking into your left side, but instead make this happen by using your outer right glute. It's called your medial glute, and that's what you're squeezing to create this opening. So feel that. You can stay here if you prefer. Otherwise, option to flip your dog. Right foot comes down behind you. And then right arm reaches forward. Lift your hips. Open through your front body. Yes. Breathe down into your belly. Awesome, Lily. Nice, Jill. Take one last inhale if you're in the back bend. Beautiful, friends. And then come back. Three-legged down dog. Extend your right leg high. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of your space. Warrior two stance this time. So pivot your back heel down and then cartwheel your arms up. Settle in. So your right toes face directly forward. Your back foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. Left toes face towards the windows. And as you bend your front knee, rather than feeling like it's collapsing in towards your big toe, see if you can get it to track out towards your little baby toe. So like you're wrapping your right butt cheek underneath your body. So nice, you guys. Next time you inhale, reverse your warrior. So front palm rotates up, reach back, and lengthen through your right side. Keep bending. Nice, Kathy. Keep bending your right knee a lot, tracking it towards your pinky toe. If there's any variation you want to work here, please feel free. Give it about 2 more breaths, 3 more breaths. Tone your belly to support low back so you still feel that little brace around your middle. Create more space in your right side just by breathing bigger. One last big inhalation in your reverse warrior. And then as you exhale, come back to warrior two. We're gonna set up for triangle pose. So straighten your front leg. And if you want, you can shorten your stance just a teeny tiny bit, like an inch or so. Imagine there's a rope attached to your outer left hip and it's pulling back. And at the same time, you're trying to reach forward and touch the front wall. So reach as far as you can. And then when you can't reach any further, just let your right arm reach towards the ground and left arm towards the sky. Trikonasana. Yes, hips stay open, heart stays open. If you want, you could reach your left arm forward, bicep next to your ear. You could also wrap your left arm behind your back for a half bind. Good. You could also reach both arms forward like you're holding an invisible yoga block in between your palms. Just make sure you can stay open. So heart is still facing towards the windows, not looking towards the ground. Nice job, you guys. Give it about 2 more rounds in triangle. And then we're going to move into our half moon pose. So however you would like to make that transition, and you're more than welcome to use a block under your right hand. Reach forward and float your back foot off the ground. Keep your left foot active and your left leg strong and powerful. So it's like you're karate kicking with your left leg and it got frozen in space. Really strong. If you'd like, you can add the bind. Bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your left foot. So this is just like we did earlier in a modified side plank. Now you're balancing on one foot. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot, and press your hips forward if you're in that bound variation. Good job. Wherever you're at, give it one more huge deep breath. Awesome work, everybody. And then slowly forward fold at the top of your mat. Nice and easy. Nice, Lori. So left foot comes down. You can give your right leg a little shake out, maybe pedal out your heels for a moment. Inhale to a halfway lift position. And then exhale, fold. Walk your feet together until your big toes touch. Keep a little gap in between your heels. Tuck and curl, tiny little potato bug ball. So butt towards the ground and nose towards your knees. You can choose to either lift your heels really high, that'll work strength and balance, or try to press your heels down, and that will work ankle flexibility. Maybe even wrap your arms around the fronts of your shins, nice Paul, and give yourself a squeeze. So small and compact at the bottom of each exhalation. See if you can feel navel draw towards spine and feel that connection to your center. Find your most intrinsic strength at the bottom of each exhale. Take a couple more rounds. So good, you guys. Next, inhale, halfway lift, heels down, spine long. You're welcome to widen your stance if you want. Exhale, fold, let it go. And then take it all the way up, rise. Inhale, arms overhead, nice Eileen. And hands to your heart, exhale. Okie doke, balancing once again. Inhale, reach up. This time your left foot will be your foundation. Right knee floats up, standing staff. As you lifted your right knee, notice if you let your left hip kind of jut out to the left, hug in. So it's like you're zipping a zipper up through your midline. Flex through your right toes. Take one more inhale here. And then figure four, sit back. You can reach your arms back. You can bring your hands to your legs. You can keep reaching up. Or maybe you want to play with a forward fold, an arm balance, a twist. Maybe today you're just falling out of the pose over and over again, and that's your practice. Meet yourself right there. No judgment, no criticism. Just playfulness and compassion. Don't take yourself too seriously. Give it about 3-4 more deep breaths. Working it however you would like. Keep that activation through your right toes. Stay strong through your right ankle. And keep breathing all the way down into your hips. Yes, so nice. Nice, Lori. Good, Nan. If possible, stay balanced on your left foot. If you need to, you can set your right foot down, but we're coming back to standing staff. So arms will reach up, right knee will lift. If you want a little bit extra, see if you can extend your right leg forward without leaning back. So draw those lowest, deepest abdominals in. One more inhale. Exhale, move through a warrior three. So see if you can find your warrior three for at least one, maybe even 2 deep breaths. And then low lunge, nice Courtney, is where you'll end up. So right toe step back, hands come down. Once you're in your low lunge, bring your hands to the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot out wide to the width of your yoga mat, nice and wide. And then you know your options, just like we did on the other side. You choose, back knee can come down, hips can melt down as you lift your heart and let your heart look forward. Or do the opposite, lift your hips up and let your heart melt down. Don't let your left knee collapse inward, and don't let your left knee come forward of your ankle. So if your knee is forward of your ankle, then walk your front foot further forward. You can spin your left toes out to the left. That's a good option. You could also roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. Wherever you're working, make sure you're breathing big, expansive inhales. Exhales that allow you to soften around the pose. So yes, for most people, this is not comfortable. See if you can just be with that. Breathe into it. Let yourself be uncomfortable for a couple more breaths. Ah. So nice, everybody. Take one last round. And then if you are not already on your hands, come back up and plant your palms under your shoulders. Lift your back knee if it's on the ground. Work your left foot to the back of your yoga mat, plank position. Thanks, Kathy. So strong, powerful plank position. One arm at a time. Lower to your forearms, forearm plank. Strong belly as you make that transition down to forearm plank. Once you're there, reconnect to your center if you've lost it, navel to spine. So it feels a little bit like you're puffing up through your low back. You're welcome to stay here if you prefer. Otherwise, forearm side plank. Left forearm is your foundation this time. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your left foot. Nice, Kirsten. Your feet can be stacked or staggered. Right arm could reach up or right arm could reach forward. Lift your hips really high. So if it feels like your hips are sinking, probably also feels like all the weight is in your left shoulder. Lift your hips and let your obliques do as much work as possible. Maybe right leg floats up. As your right leg floats up, lift your hips higher. Yes. Take one more inhale, lift, lift, lift. And then exhale slowly and intentionally back to forearm plank. Stay connected to your strong core, one arm at a time. Press back up to high plank. Spread your fingers, push the ground away. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Exhale, nice Deb. Slowly lower, strong straight line. Good. Start with baby cobra, nice and low. Just like we did before, float your hands up, reach your hands back, float your feet up, locust pose. And then this time, if you want, options are either interlace your fingers or full floor bow if you're feeling it. So bend your knees, reach back, grab hold of your feet or your ankles. And then once you've got them, use gentle leverage to work your pose. So kick feet into hands, pull hands back into feet. Everyone, nice Tara, hug in with your inner thighs. Keep your toes spreading, active. Lift through your heart, long through the back of your neck. One more inhale, lift, lift, lift. Awesome, Liz, and then release, let it go. Take just a moment. And once again, you might kind of rock your hips side to side, windshield wiper your shins, breathe down into your low back. Then however you would like to make the transition, your next couple of breaths or so, downward facing dog. This Ujjayi breath. All right. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Peel your left hip open. So bend your knee, nice Jane, reach it out and up. So feel your outer left butt cheek engaged to create this action rather than sinking into your right side. This is a great place to stay. You can stay right here or option to flip your dog. Left foot comes down behind you. Left arm reaches forward. Lift your hips, open through your front body. Breathe all the way down into your belly. One more in-breath. Amazing. Bring it back. Three-legged dog. Extend your left leg high. Inhale. And then as you exhale, as soft as you can, left foot to the top of your space. And this time, warrior two. So pivot back, heel down. Windmill your arms up. Hips open, heart open. So you're not trying to pull your back hip forward. You're not trying to pull your back shoulder forward. Let your shoulders open. Let your hips open. Next inhalation, reverse your warrior. Front palm rotates up, reach back. Keep that deep bend in your left knee and feel your left knee tracking towards your pinky toe. Try not to let it collapse in. Yes. Nice, Nan. A little tone in your belly supports your low back. Variations are welcome. Couple more rounds. Work the length in your left side. Try to puff up through your left ribs and breathe into your left waistline. One more huge inhale. So nice. And then come back, warrior two, setting up for triangle. Straighten your front leg. And if you want, you can shorten your stance just the slightest bit, not too much. Imagine that invisible rope pulling on your right hip, tugging towards the back wall. Then at the same time, reach forward like you're being pulled in two opposite directions. Yeah, and then just tip it over. Left hand towards the ground, right towards the sky. Variations are welcome. So if you want, right arm can reach forward, bicep next to your ear. Maybe even both arms reach forward, or right arm could wrap behind your back, half bind. The full bind is in your practice. You're welcome to go there, but keep your heart open. So everything is looking at the right side of the room rather than towards the ground. And even imagine your heart wants to look up towards the sky. So that's the action that you are creating. Take about 2 more rounds wherever you're working. Really nice poses, you guys. Nice, Kirsten. Good, Lori. And then moving into our balancing half moon. However you want to make that transition, you can use a block under your left hand. Reach forward and float your back foot up. Awesome, Jane. So right hip stacked on top of left. Squeeze through your outer left glute. It's that medial glute. So hips open, heart open. If you'd like, work into the bind, Ardha Chandra Chapasana. Bend your right knee, grab hold of your right foot. Once you've got it, gentle leverage. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot, press your hips forward. Soften around the pose. Everyone, soften your face, soften your jaw. Take one last huge full body breath. Awesome, Courtney. And then nice and easy forward fold, top of your space. Set your right foot down next to left. And give your left leg a little shake out or pedal out your heels for a moment. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold, heel toe your feet in. So your big toes touch, little gap in between your heels, tuck and curl. And then you can stay in your little tiny potato bug ball like before, or this time, if you want, you might turn it into a toe stand. So balancing on your tiptoes, see if you can point your knees straight forward, bring your hands up to your heart center. And then only if you want, you do not have to. You're welcome to play with crow pose. Bring your hands out in front of you. Work your knees as high as you can on your triceps. Lift through your waistline. Then lean forward. So you're puffing up through your low back, just like we've been doing this whole entire class. Navel to spine. You can lift your feet. See if you can get your big toes to touch. Yes. Awesome. Nice, Paul. Wherever you're at, 2 more rounds of breath. So good, you guys. Nice, Anya. All right, let's meet in a halfway lift. So halfway lift, and we'll stay for an extra round. So nice and long through your spine. You can widen your feet if you want. One more inhale. Stick your butt out. Reach the top of your head forward. Exhale, bow and fold. Let's just roll up. So let your arms and your head hang. Really slowly roll up. Your head is the very, very last thing to stack. Once your head stacks, roll out your shoulders a few times, up, back, and down. Then eventually, shoulders roll up, back, and down, palms face forward. This is mountain pose. So feel your feet rooting down. Crown of your head draws up, broad and spacious through your shoulders and your collarbones. Maybe try closing your eyes and just feel yourself standing in this way from the inside. So feel all that space inside your body, as if you are a mountain taking up space. Stay as you are and fill up as big as you can with your next inhale. Hold in that fullness. Take an extra sip, get even bigger. And then open your mouth, big sigh. Ah, yes. Ujjayi breath. Switch it back on. Inhale, reach up. Grab your left wrist. We're going to flow for a moment. Exhale, side body stretch. Hips go left, upper body goes right. Back through center. Switch your grip as you inhale. And then your exhale takes you to the other side, up and over. Inhale, center. Both feet on your mat. Exhale, little baby back bend. Bottom tips of shoulder blades squeeze in. Imagine you're trying to press them through to the front of your heart. Inhale, re-extend, realign. High mountain. And then exhale, slow dive. Nice and easy all the way down. Beautiful. Halfway lift position. Breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Take your vinyasa however you would like. See you back in downward facing dog. Or if you want, my friends, you could take a child's pose instead. So just a moment in your child's pose and your down dog. So either feeling into all the length you've created or just letting everything settle, letting the ground hold you. Notice, feel, and just observe. In your next couple breaths, start to find your way into a seated position, however you want to get there. So we're going to take a seated hip opener today. We'll start with our right leg on top. So here are your options. The most accessible and the least intense will be left foot on the ground with knee bent, outer right ankle on the top of your thigh. And you can just lean back as much as you need to. So to deepen this, you'll bring your legs closer to your upper body and this heel closer to your butt. Keep that flexion through your toes. So that's option one. Option two is fire log or double pigeon. So a lot of people, when they do this pose, they have their feet like this. We want to make sure our outer ankle is at our inner knee, shins parallel to the front edge of our mat. And then if you want, you could even take cow face. This is going to be the most intense. So right knee on top of left. And those last two variations, cow face or double pigeon, you can either sit up tall or you can work with a forward fold. So you choose what will be most beneficial for you. If you don't like any of those variations and you want to lay down, take it on your back instead, that's fine with me. So you do you. Active and strong through your right ankle. Don't let it twist or sickle. And send your breath into your right hip. Yes, good. Take about 3 or 4 more right here. Softening with your exhale. If you are in a forward fold, bottom of your next exhale, start to lift your upper body back upright. And then everybody for a moment, just take your legs forward out in front of you, give them a little shake out. And this is just for fun. So if you don't even want to try it, you do not have to. I'm going to give you an arm balance to play with if you want. So your left shin will just be forward in front of you like this, kind of parallel to the top edge of your mat. Then your right leg, you're going to pick up your right foot, grab hold of your right foot, and then see if you can bring your right thigh behind your tricep. It's almost like you're putting a backpack on, like this is the backpack, your leg is the backpack. And then your right hand's going to stay on the ground. Your left hand's going to come to the ground on the other side. And then this foot, you're going to pick it up and you're going to cross your ankles like this. So I'm flexing my toes to keep my ankles crossed. This is the, yeah, good job. From there, you're just going to lean forward. See if you can straighten your legs and squeeze your arm with your legs. And as best you can, try not to sink into your left shoulder. So your left shoulder stays back and down, plugged in. So it kind of has to happen all simultaneously. You pick up your butt, press into your arms, chaturanga with your arms, and straighten your legs as much as you're able. Yeah, Kathy, you can do it with your head on the ground, your entire body on the ground. Nice, you guys. Nice. Awesome. Woohoo. Okay, when you are done with that, you're like, okay, that's enough. Just shake it out. Maybe a couple windshield wipers. Oh, yeah, let it feel good. And then whenever you're ready, you can just work into your hip opener with your left leg on top. So either right foot on the ground, double pigeon, or cow face. And you can do the same one you did on the other side, or if this side feels a lot tighter, a lot more open, maybe you want to do a different variation. So you choose. Just keep your ankles strong, your toes flexed. And if you are folding forward, try not to just round your spine like you're trying to get the top of your head to touch the ground, but instead reach your butt back, reach your heart forward. So like you're trying to get your heart to the ground. And you can just relax your neck. Big, spacious breaths down into low back, down into hips. Take about 3 to 5 more rounds here. You are in a forward fold variation. End of your next exhale. Ease your way back up. You can lean back, uncross your legs, give them a shaky shake for a moment. All right, same thing other side if you want to try it. So your right shin, you'll start with it just in front of you like so. And then you'll take your left leg, grab your foot and kind of pull it up here. And then your left arm will come in front of your thigh. So you work your leg up as high as you can towards your shoulder. So like this is like a backpack strap you're putting on. And then left hand to the ground, right hand to the ground. Pick up that front leg, cross your ankles. And I'm using my toes to kind of really get my feet to latch. Yeah, push into your hands, extend your legs out to the sides, butt reaches back. And your arms are in chaturanga, squeezing your legs. It's called 8-angle pose. Yeah, awesome. If you have no desire to get into this pose, you don't even have to try. It's totally up to you. Good job. Awesome, you guys. And then when you've had enough, you're done so. This time, just lay on down. And we'll take some windshield wipers on our back. So once you're on your back, feet wide, width of your yoga mat, and just windshield wiper your knees slowly side to side. You can tee out your arms or goalpost your arms. Just go slow. This should feel really therapeutic. It should feel really good on your low back and your hips. As long as you go slow and do it mindfully, intentionally. Next time your knees fall over to your right side, just hang out there for about 3 breaths or 3 to 5 breaths. If you want, you can bring the outer edge of your right foot to the outside of your left knee And just use that. A little bit of leverage to encourage your left knee forward and down, lengthening through your left side. And then in your next breath or two, just switch it up. Take your knees to the left. And same thing, if you want, outside of left foot to the outside of right knee. When you feel pretty even on both sides, come back to center, find happy baby. And then after you've taken a few rounds in happy baby, you can kind of play around with it, extend one leg, then the other, both legs. Eventually, just move through any finishing poses you would like to take, anything your body is calling for. Maybe it's an inversion of some sort. Maybe it's just giving your knees a big squeeze in towards your belly. Maybe it's a big full body stretch. And eventually, just start to make your way into your final relaxation. As you make your way into your final relaxation, you can just let your breath become effortless. Let go of any control or manipulation. My thought for you as you move into your Shavasana, it's very simple. It just says healing is a continual journey of being asked to meet yourself more deeply. So there really is no end to our quote unquote healing. It's just how deeply can you meet yourself? Just a continual journey of peeling back the layers so that you can know who you are more and more, feel connected to self, make decisions, and show up from a place of your true self, your true essence, love and presence. So these last few moments, just think of meeting yourself a little more deeply than just what's on the surface. Letting go of stories. Just feeling into that part of yourself that is underneath it all. It's just your true essence. It's pure awareness. It's pure love. Allow yourself to just rest. And just be. And just soak it all in. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. And start to move slowly and gently through fingers and toes. Start to bring just any movement that feels good back into your body. Eventually roll to either side, fetal position. After a couple of breaths in fetal position, just use your arms to guide yourself up into seated meditation. It's right back where we began. Sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Gather your hands to your heart center. And we'll close our practice together with one big collective Om. So I'd love for you to join me. If you'd rather just listen, that's fine too. Start by exhaling, emptying out. Clear your throat if you need to. And breathe in your voice, fill up with it. Thank you everyone so much for being here and letting me guide you. Namaste. Thank you, friends. You're so welcome. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Have a great rest of your day. Rar. You're so welcome. Oh, good. I'm glad. I had to use my computer today, which is a little funky, but glad you enjoyed.